Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jai Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Padakacharya Tulasi Sesimas Jai Patak Srivacharya Pada Ki Jai. Sorry. ऐसे भक्तवृंद स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, प्रिंस को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री बालगंगाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, मायापुर धाम की जय, समवेद भक्तवृंद की जय. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Shri Shri Guru Shri Gauranga Thakur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. On the occasion of Balarama Jayanti, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8. Lord Krishna showed the universal form, text 12. Welcome to my book. śrī-garga uvāca ayaṁ rohiṇī-putro ramayan suhṛdo guṇaiḥ ākhyāsyate rama-iti bala-ādhikyāt balam viduḥ yadūnām apṛthak-bhāvāt saṅkarṣaṇam uśanty api śrī-gargaḥ ayaṁ rohiṇī-putro ramayan suhṛdo guṇaiḥ ākhyāsyate rama-iti bala-ādhikyāt balam viduḥ yadūnām apṛthag-bhāvāt saṅkarṣaṇam uśanty api śrī-gargaḥ ayaṁ rohiṇī-putro ramayan suhṛdo guṇaiḥ ākhyāsyate rama-iti bala-ādhikyāt balam viduḥ yadūnām apṛthag-bhāvāt saṅkarṣaṇam uśanty api. Please chant. Saṅkarṣaṇam uśanty api. Any Mataji? Śrī-garga guṇaiḥ ākhyāsyate ramaniti viduḥ apṛthak-bhāvāt uvāca Rāma śrī-garga guṇaiḥ ākhyāsyate ramaniti śrī-garga uvāca. Garga Muni said, ayam, yes, he, indeed, rohiṇī-putraḥ, the son of Rohiṇī, ramayan, breathing, suhṛdaḥ, all his friends and relatives. Guṇaiḥ, by transcendental qualities. Ākhyāsyate, will be called Rāma, by the name Rāma, the supreme enjoyer. It is in this way, bala-ādhikyāt, because of extraordinary strength, balam viduḥ will be known as Balarāma, yadūnām of the Yadu dynasty, apṛthag-bhāvāt, because of not being separated from you, saṅkarṣaṇam, by the name saṅkarṣaṇam, or uniting two families, uśanty, attract, also. Translation. Garga Muni said, this child, the son of Rohiṇī, will give all happiness to his relative and friend by his transcendental qualities. Therefore, he will be known as Rāma, and because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, he will also be known as Balam. Moreover, because he united two families, Vasudeva's family and family of Nanda Maharaj, he will be known as saṅkarṣaṇam. Purport. Baladeva was actually the son of Devaki, but he was transformed from Devaki's womb to that of Rohiṇī. This fact was not disclosed, according to a statement in Harivansa. Pratubhaca tato Rāmam sarvasantam aditastitam yada besapi sarveshu balavanto mama balava. Garga Muni did disclose. Garga Muni did disclose to Nanda Maharaj that Balarāma would be known as saṅkarṣaṇam because of uniting two families, the Yadu Bansa and Bansa of Nanda Maharaj, one of which was known as Kshatriya and others as Vaishya. Both families had the same original father, and only different being that Nanda Maharaj was born of Vaishya wife, whereas Vasudeva was born of Kshatriya wife. Later, Nanda Maharaj married a Vaishya wife, and Vasudeva married a Kshatriya wife. So also the family of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva both came from the same father. They were divided as Kshatriya and Vaishya. Now Baladeva united them, and therefore he was known as saṅkarṣaṇam. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-Shalakaya Chakshum-militanyena Tasmai Shri-gurave Namaha. Happy Balarama Jayanti. Today is the most wonderful day, Balarama's appearance day. So we are requested to talk about Balarama Katha. So Garga Muni was sent by Vasudeva to Vrindavan to do the name giving ceremony, samskara, for Balarama, because Balarama was known as Vasudeva's son and rohiṇī. But Krishna was there, so Nanda Maharaj wanted Krishna also be given the samskara by Garga Muni. So this was the scene of this text. So in this text, Garga Muni gave 3 names to Balarāma. One is saṅkarṣaṇam, one is bala and Rāma, then Balarāma. So in the purport, this is Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada's purport, yeah. So Prabhupada's purport, he is talking about why Baladeva is known as saṅkarṣaṇam. So there was one king. He's talking about Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva was coming from same family. So it's described in Gopala Champu by Jiva Goswami and also Bansi Harivansa. So I'm going to describe how it is said. So there was a king, Devamedi. He is from Yadu dynasty, and he has 2 wives. One is from Kshatriya, one is from Vaishya family. But it's not exactly pure Vaishya, but then she is mixture of Brahmana and Vaishya. So actually it's not so low class Vaishya, but very highly elevated Vaishya family. So from that combination, Upajanya came. That means Deva made her married to Vaishya, and then the son was Prajanya. And Prajanya has 5 sons, and that is Upananda, and one more Nanda. Upananda, you remember? Upananda and another one? Sunanda. Then Subhananda. Then middle one is Nanda Maharaj Nanda. Then Abhinanda and Nanda. So Prajanya is such a personality. He has a wealth of Ananda. That's why 5 sons are named different Ananda. Nanda means Ananda, bliss, so much pleasure. And also he was very charitable, and he always worshipped the Brahmana. Am I speaking okay, or can you hear? Hare Krishna. Because I saw you move, you cannot hear. So that is Nanda Maharaj's family. And then the other one, Devameda, married to Kshatriya lady, and with that combination, they have a son, Sura. And Sura is the father of Vasudeva and others. So Vasudeva was the son of Sura and Kshatriya mother. So Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva was coming from same family in that way. So we can see that Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj has very close relationship, family and affection, but that is not just sentimental, but actually coming from this family relationship. And Nanda Maharaj actually belonged to Yadu dynasty, but because grandfather married to Vaishya, and then Prajanya took up the occupation of cow protection, so he is separated from this Bansi. So sometimes described as part of Yadu dynasty, sometimes described as separate Bansi. So now this Prajanya, he wanted to give his position. He became a king of the Madhuban, one of the forests of Vrindavan. And then he was ruling in the kingdom as a king of the cowhead, but then he wanted to give that position to his eldest son, and the eldest son was Upananda. that was ceremonially done in the presence of all the family members, including Vasudeva. So in that ceremony, he said, I give my position as a king to the eldest, Upananda. He is very qualified. Then Upananda said, I accept your order, my dear father, and he accepted that order and position. And after doing that, he said, now I want to give this position to my younger brother, Nanda, because Nanda is very affectionate and everyone is very affectionate too. So that is very nice, because Upananda didn't say, oh, my father, I don't want to do that, give it to Nanda. He didn't do that, and he accepted, and then he gave that position to Nanda. That is very sweet. So Nanda Maharaj was very exceptionally qualified, many good qualities, but one of the extraordinary qualities, he can tolerate the pain of his own for the sake of others' pleasure. Especially this was exhibited in the relationship with Vasudeva. Vasudeva took his own daughter. He came to know that after. And then after, Vasudeva took Krishna also. And that was very visibly known. And it's terrible, for Nanda Maharaj. For Nanda Maharaj, he loved Krishna. He loved his own child. And Vasudeva, it's not exactly he took, but then it was arranged that Krishna was going to stay in Mathura and didn't come back to Vrindavan so soon. So it was very painful, but then he was able to tolerate his own pain for the sake of pleasure of Vasudeva. Not only that, he never gave up the friendship. He never became bitter because of this, what happened. He always has unbroken friendship and love and affection for Vasudeva. Because of this quality, he is very exceptional. Everyone has many good qualities, but this one particular quality is very prominent in Nanda Maharaj's character. So Nanda Maharaj is there, and Vasudeva is there, and Vasudeva's Nanda Maharaj is a very good friend and a kind of brother. In India, they have some kind of brother, sister. It's not direct from same father, but they said, oh, we have same father, we are same families. They like that. So they are similar. So now, saṅkarṣaṇam, how Balarāma united these two families. So Kamsa was harassing all the members of Yadu dynasty, not only Vasudeva and Devaki. So many of the wives of Vasudeva, he has 18 wives, was in very fearful situation. So knowingly Rohiṇī is very favorable to Vrindavan, Vasudeva sent Rohiṇī to Vrindavan. And it's not like happy journey, but then she has to ride on the horse. She's a kshatriya lady, so she can do that. She ride on the horse, and she went secretly without being detected by the god or demon or something. She went to Vrindavan by horse. It's not by be carried by a nice palanquin, but she went with a horse. When she reached Vrindavan, she was very affectionate to everyone, and everyone welcomed Rohiṇī very nicely. And then this was described in Gopala Champu, and some of the things what I'm saying from Gopala Champu by Jiva Goswami and Harivamsa by Vyasadeva, and also Krishna book and Srimad Bhagavatam. All story I put together. So when Rohiṇī reached there, it said that she was 3 months pregnant. That's why it was okay that she has Vasudeva's son. Some story said that the Rohiṇī was in Vrindavan, and suddenly she became pregnant and don't know where this child coming from. Everyone wondered, what is this? This is Vasudeva's son, but she was here, and Vasudeva was in Mathura. How? But then this Gopala Champu described when she came to Vrindavan, she was already pregnant for 3 months. And later, Devaki, this was originally Devaki's, this was not originally Devaki's son, the 3 months child when Rohiṇī went to Vrindavan. And then after Devaki was pregnant, And then when she was 7 months, Krishna said, now you transfer this child, 7 months child, in the womb of Devaki, to Rohiṇī, who is in Vrindavan. So look like Devaki got a miscarriage, and then Rohiṇī's baby was kind of an exchange from original one to Devaki's son. So from external vision, look like Rohiṇī is having a long pregnancy. Actually, she has 14 months pregnancy. That is like, oh my God, like I felt like 8 months that is enough, but then she has 14 months. I think Lord Chaitanya also has, he was a long time in the womb. So that's how she, Balarāma was sent from Devaki to Rohiṇī, who was in Vrindavan, without other people to suspect what's happening. Then after that, Devaki got pregnant for Krishna. That's this. Then she had pregnancy for 8 months. Then main time when Krishna came in Devaki's womb, main time Yashoda got pregnant with two twin means one twin, two baby, one twin. So one was in the womb, Yogamaya, in the womb, and one was Krishna, original Krishna, in the heart. It said Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. So Yashoda is also coming from very respectful Vaishya family, and Yashoda means fame, and Da means give. So she is the person who gives great fame. So she is very respectable person coming from good family. So they got married, and everyone was happy. Nanda and Yashoda, they became a king and a queen. But after many years, they didn't have any child. So citizens, like all the cowards, they are very sad. Our king has no child. So everyone saying, maybe Nanda, you should do some yajna. And then Brahmana did the yajna, but nothing happened. No child was coming. And then Nanda Maharaj secretary told Yashoda, oh Yashoda, actually, I don't want the child born from karma kanda yajna, ordinary yajna. I don't want the child result of karma kanda yajna. That is not what I want. I want someone who is being blessed by Narayan. Someone is so good, better than anybody else. Only that kind of child I want. So Yashoda said, that's wonderful, so why we don't do some worship for Narayan? And then Nanda Maharaj said, okay, that's very good, we will do. So they start doing in Dwadasi Brata. I don't know exactly what it is. Probably another Tirtha Prabhu is very good at all this area. He can explain more. And then they did the Dwadasi Brata for one year. Then they got a child. That is Krishna from Nanda Maharaj's heart to Yashoda's heart. At the same time, Yogamaya in the womb of Yashoda. Yeah? So far it's okay. Yeah? I think everyone already knows the story, but I'm saying because Balarama Jayanti. So Krishna was born in a jail, and then Rohiṇī, Yashoda has twin. Then Vasudeva brought Narayan Krishna, and then Krishna came, and then he put Krishna, and then he took Krishna. One thing is that they merged. One said that he just didn't see one, so he picked a girl. Then when he put Krishna, took Krishna merged, or he just didn't see that Krishna was there. So he took a girl and he went back to Mathura. Then of course Yogamaya was actually Yogamaya, and then Harivansa described how Yogamaya went back to Kamsa. We know that in Krishna book and Bhagavatam, Yogamaya said that Kamsa was trying to kill this eight child who was girl. Devaki said, please do not kill this child. This is a girl. I will give you as your wife when she grows up. Please do not kill this child. But Kamsa was so merciless, and he dashed the child, and she slipped into the sky. So last time in Krishna book and Bhagavatam described Durga Devi, she said, Krishna, you're such a, Kamsa, you're such a fool. The one who is going to kill you is already born from, she is already born and he is already somewhere else. And in Harivansa described, she said, Durga Devi said, Kamsa, you're such a fool. You're trying to kill me. You cannot kill me. I can kill you easily, and I can drink your hot blood. I thought that was very good. So Kamsa got frightened and he apologized. They were kind of busted because Kamsa demon naturally worship Durga and all that. So worshipable deity said, I can kill you and I can drink your hot blood. So it was kind of shocking. So Kamsa said, so sorry about that. So then saṅkarṣaṇam, back to saṅkarṣaṇam. So saṅkarṣaṇam is a worshipable deity for Lord Shiva. So Durga and Shiva, they are both together worshipping. Then saṅkarṣaṇam, of course, Baladeva is God, Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, but then he is also first planetary expansion, and from Balarāma, saṅkarṣaṇam Padyumna Niruddha Vasudev. Then second Chaturabhyuha, Purusha Avatara came. From Purusha Avatara, of course, all the universe came, and also Paramatma came, and also all the incarnations within the universe, except this one particular time, all coming from Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. That means coming from Baladeva. And all these are Baladev's service for Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and Baladeva is also Supreme Lord, but he is a Supreme Servitor at the same time. And he served Krishna with unlimited method. He became the holy dam, he became the shoes, he became the bed, and he became a universe. And many ways he served as a servant. And then he also originally as a cowhead boy. He served as a friend, and especially because he is the elder, he is protecting Krishna. So he has servitorship and friendship, and then parental mood because he always protects. And then also conjugal love as Ananga Manjari. So Krishna and Balarāma was always together. So at the end, because Rohiṇī's pregnancy was 14 months, and Yashoda is 8 months, so they are born almost same time, about 10 days different. So they have always together, almost like a twin, but only few days different. So we have name giving ceremony. Garga Muni did, as in this scene, and then Krishna was giving a name, and Balarāma was giving a name, and after that, many things happened. Many well-known stories, surprisingly, some of them, Krishna and Balarāma together, some of them are not together. For example, Aghasura demon. When Aghasura was killed, Balarāma was not there. That time, Krishna decided he wanted to have a picnic. He woke up early, he asked Yashoda to make a lunch box, and then he was going to the crossroad, and he sat there, started to blow the buffalo horn, and he was calling all the friends, because a little bit early time, so he was calling the friend with buffalo horn, and waiting for the friend, and he wanted Balarāma to come, and then all the friends came, and then Krishna told everyone to ask the mother to bring the tiffin box, and then Balarāma, the messenger, came, and Balarāma said, I'm so sorry, my maternal uncle, Miss Balarāma's uncle, came from Mathura, telling he has very important thing he has to discuss. And he's sitting there or standing there like a tree. He's not moving, so he couldn't go today. I'm sorry, Krishna, I know you woke up early today. He wants to go and I want to go, but then this man is there, my uncle is there, I cannot go. So Krishna went with his friend. That's the day Aghasura demon came. Then Aghasura came, and then everyone went to Aghasura, and Krishna went, and he killed Aghasura. Then later on, Krishna said, okay, everyone's tired, we can have a picnic. Then they started eat lunch. Then Brahma came, and the Brahma stole the cow and calf and the cow-headed boy. So these 2 days, Aghasura and Brahma stealing, Balarama was not there. Then after some time, Balarama noticed, because Krishna expanded to all the cow and calf and cow-headed boy, Balarama noticed, oh my God, and I didn't notice for almost 1 year that was Krishna. Then he became angry at Krishna. I miss all my friends, and you didn't tell me. Then he became angry. He didn't go with Krishna to the forest for 6 or 7 days or something. So 1 year minus 6 days or something like that. Then Krishna went again alone with cow-headed boys and a cow. Then Krishna also started missing original friend and a cow. Then he has all the pastime. He expanded himself in the form, and the Brahma came and apologized and returned the calf and the cow-headed boy. That was the day again, because Balarama was angry, he didn't go. That's why the Balarama was not there. Another pastime when Balarama was not there, Krishna has a desire. He wanted to go to Kaliya Lake. But Yashoda said, Balarama, you always have to stay with Krishna and protect Krishna, because Krishna is very restless. You big boy, Balarama, you have to stay with Krishna always and protect. And Balarama told Krishna, don't go to Kaliya Lake, don't go inside the water, it's poisonous, very dangerous, don't go. But Krishna wanted to go. And then he found out this is Balarama Jayanti, Balarama's birthday. So Balarama was held at home. Mother Rohiṇī said, Balarama, today is your birthday, you have to stay at home, you have to do the bathing, and you have to give charity, and you have to do this and that. And Balarama, oh my God, cannot go with Krishna. He was not so happy about it, but Rohiṇī kept Balarama at home. Krishna thought, this is the chance, now or never. He went with a friend, and he went to Kaliya Lake. And then he jumped into Kaliya Lake, and he was doing something with the Kaliya. Then all the boys got so frightened because cow was dying, and they were also feeling so sick, and then Krishna is in Kaliya Lake, poison, and they couldn't move. Of course, Krishna revived them by glancing at them. Then the demigod in the sky thought, nobody's going to tell other people, or the adult Vrajavasi. They wonder what's happened to them. So they start making a natural calamity, the skies and all that. So in Vrindavan, people start seeing different natural calamity. And then they start thinking, what is happening? Something bad happened to Krishna? And Yashoda, usually Mataji cook in the kitchen, and the man is in their place, and someone will bring the food and serve. So Yashoda was on a different place in the same house. So Yashoda got so angry at this man who were eating. She said, can you see? This calamity must be because of Krishna must be in danger, and you are happily eating. How you dare? Why don't you just go and see what happened to Krishna? And scolded by Yashoda, all the men, oh, okay, yeah, of course. And they started getting ready, and they started going to the Kaliya Lake. And they could see the Krishna's footprint, and they followed Krishna's footprint, and they went to Kaliya Lake. And then Balarama, in the middle of his birthday party, everyone gone, and then he knows what Krishna is. So he wanted to tell everyone, Krishna is okay, why you worry about? But then he didn't want to disturb their emotion. So then he just said, don't worry. Then everyone wants to go to inside the Kaliya Lake. And then Balarama, his name is Bala. he has extraordinary strength. So he put the arm like a dam. Everyone tried to go in the water, and he put the arm to stop everyone. That's a great strength, because everyone is like so much affection for Krishna. They are dying, they are entering the Kaliya lake, and Balarama has to stop. That is a great strength. Then somehow he managed to stop, and Krishna started dance, and Kaliya was being chastised. And he was told to go to the ocean, so it was a happy end. And at the end of that, everyone's tired. It was already late, and they decided to stay around there, not exactly around the lake, but a little far. Then they stay in the forest, and Kamsa heard the news. This Kaliya has been chastised. He didn't be killed, but it's almost as bad as being killed. So he sent a spy and his own men, and they put the fire in the forest. In the middle of night, when they are tired because of Kaliya singing, he's tired, they're sleeping, and then there was a fire. And then Krishna said, "Don't worry, I will take care." There were two forest fires. This one, Krishna blew, and then he stopped the fire. The other one later on, another forest fire, he blew and swallowed the fire. So everyone was safe. Then it became morning. So in the morning, they were so tired, but then happy that Krishna is with them, and they went back. And then there was no food except Balarama's birthday feast. And because of Balarama's Shakti, Krishna's Shakti, and Yoga Maya is also there, all the food cooked for Balarama one day before, they didn't become pocha, they didn't become lotan. They were all fine, so happily they ate Balarama feast. So we are having a feast. I think today we can break the fasting on this day after 12 o'clock. Don't have to wait for a whole day, so it is good. And it's not a pocha food. It's a freshly cooked food and offered to Krishna Balarama. So that is one of the occasions. Balarama was not there. Then later Balarama came. Then after some time, Krishna Balarama going together and cowherd boy going together. They want to go to Talaban forest. The boy said, "Oh Balarama, you have such a long arm. Long arm is a sign of great personality." But they said in such a sarcastic way, "Oh Balarama, you have a long arm. What's the use of having a long arm? Krishna killed so many demons, you didn't kill any demon. What's the use? Can you show your strength? Otherwise, what's the use? You're coming from king, royal family. We are supposed to follow the king, royal family, but you didn't kill any demon. So don't feel like so great. If you kill some demon, we feel like, oh, we have strong person in this royal family. So maybe you can kill this Dhenukasura because we want to eat taro fruits in the Talaban forest." And they're laughing, and Balarama also laughed, and Balarama said, "Okay, let's go," and then everyone said, "Yay!" And Krishna also clapped the hand, and everyone happily going to the Talaban forest. And then Balarama in the front, and they reach, and Balarama wants to show with his long arm. He's so strong, he started to uproot taro tree with the fruit, and not only one, but so many all together, uproot the taro tree and smash on the ground, and smash the taro fruits, and made a big sound. And Dhenukasura noticed, and Dhenukasura is such a demon that he is so envious, and he didn't want to let anybody to come to his forest except his family and himself and friend. So anyway, not only human, but not animal, not even a bird who is flying, he didn't let go near the Talaban forest. So now it's Balarama smashing taro tree and making big sound. And Dhenukasura became so angry, and he came and he kicked Balarama. But Balarama, he was so busy laughing with friend, he didn't even notice. And this Dhenukasura was so strong, he kicked Balarama, he kicked anybody else, they will be finished. But Balarama was laughing so much, he didn't even notice he was being kicked. So Dhenukasura came in front of Balarama, and he came from front, but then he kick with he has 4 legs, yeah, and he kick with a back leg, 2 back leg, and then Balarama this time noticed, okay, he's trying to do something, and he grabbed that leg and throw around and throw in a taro tree, and because with such strength, he died there. And then after all the friend of the Dhenukasura came, and Krishna Balarama killed all. And after that, there were so many taro fruits, and the boys wanted to eat, but they didn't eat the taro fruit which touched the Dhenukasura and the other demons' dead body because it's contaminated. So only the fresh, uncontaminated fruits they ate. That's the Taravam. Then another story was Balarama killed was Parambasura. Thank you. So Parambasura, Kamsa was so sad that no demon was be able to kill Krishna. Parambasura said, no, don't worry, I will go. And Kamsa said, oh, you go, you go. And he was actually very strong, but Kamsa was not so expecting. And Balarama, Krishna Balarama, they're playing, and they're having a two pair, Krishna's team and Balarama's team. And then Parambasura got disguised as a cowherd boy, and then Krishna immediately noticed he is a demon. Then he pretended, oh, so nice, I was waiting for you. From today, you are my best friend. You stay always with me. So Krishna took his team, and the Balarama team and Sridham. So Parambasura and Balarama will fight, and Krishna will fight with Sridham. And there is a big banyan tree, and there is a big field. So the deal is those who won can ride on the shoulder of the loser. There is a big banyan tree, and there is some distance. They made a landmark. They have to carry from here to there and come back. That was a game. And then, because Krishna noticed Parambasura's demon, Parambasura got scared. Originally, he wanted to kill both Krishna and Balarama, but then he thought, okay, Krishna is kind of too strong, so I avoid. Take only Balarama. So he only took the Balarama and then took on the shoulder. And Balarama wondered why Balarama didn't notice in the beginning. He's also God. Krishna noticed why Balarama didn't notice. The reason was because Balarama was totally absorbed in the mood of cowherd boy, completely absorbed in the playing. So he didn't remember he was God. He was only thinking about playing as a cowherd boy. So he didn't even notice this is a demon. It's not something is lacking in him, but then he was just totally absorbed in the cowherd boy. So he didn't notice, but because he's the source of the universe. On his head, he carried the whole universe in the form of Ananta. So when Parambasura carried Balarama on the shoulder, he started feeling so much weight. Balarama doesn't remember he's God, but he is God anyway. So he's so heavy. And then Parambasura, oh, so heavy, what happened? To fight with this weight. He cannot stay in a cowherd boy's form, because Balarama is so heavy, and he starts unwillingly manifested gigantic form of Parambasura demon. Then only then Balarama said, oh, what happened? This is a demon. Then he noticed. And then he looked at the Krishna, what shall I do? And then Krishna said, from distance. Then Balarama said, then Parambasura died. That is so sweet, Balarama. He is the source of all strength. He's so powerful and almighty. And then he is a supreme enjoyer, and he gives the pleasure to all the people. So that's the Balarama. And there were many stories, but then I wanted to focus on the Braja Lila. And then we start 10 minutes late because Kirtan was going on, and then I was kind of told that I could go a little late, but then I was told also it would be nice to finish on time also. So So I finished 5 minutes early. That's great. If anyone has question and a comment. Anything about Balarāma? You want to add something or yes?
Hare Krishna Mataji. You mentioned Lord Balarāma serves Krishna in a parental mood, in a mood of friend, in a servitor mood, and also in conjugal love. So in conjugal love, he serves as? In conjugal love, Lord Balarāma serves Krishna as whom?
Ananga-manjari. Ananga-manjari is Radharani's sister. So not in the form of Balarāma, but in the form of Radharani's sister. She served Radharani. That is a conjugal love. And because of your question, I remember most important thing for us, Balarāma is Lord Nityananda, who is most merciful, and then he is more merciful than Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is the most merciful, and Lord Nityananda is more merciful, and in the form of Balarāma also. When we hear that Balarāma favored Duryodhana, we feel like, why Duryodhana? He is a demon. Why against Arjuna? But if we think about our fallen nature, at least me, it's a saving grace. At least between Krishna and Balarāma, someone look upon the demon. We have some demon inside here. So if we look, Duryodhana demon, we are Arjuna's side. Then we feel like, why Balarāma takes side of Duryodhana? But if we look inside ourselves, we are in actually Duryodhana's side. So Balarāma is very kind to someone who is so fallen, so hopeless, and everyone hates. In the whole history, Duryodhana is being hated, but maybe we are also in that side. Then Balarāma is giving mercy. So we are very grateful to Balarāma. And at the end, I want to say something about Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has special affinity for Balarāma. In Vrindavan, there are so many temples in Vrindavan, all the temples mostly, Radha Krishna temple. But he wanted a Krishna Balarāma temple. And that temple was built in a Ramanati, where Krishna and Balarāma in their childhood used to play. So Srila Prabhupada has Krishna Balarāma temple made. 3 more minutes. Is there anything else you want to add? Yes. Also, Prabhupada saying in Jaladutana, I miss Sri Vrindavan early in the morning, the pasture ground, start playing in the early morning. That is Krishna Balarāma. So he was remembering the past time we learned Krishna Balarāma in the early morning.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Like we read in scriptures that all Vishnus, like Purusha avataras and all incarnations, they are like expansions of saṅkarṣaṇam and Balarāma, like because first Krishna expanded into Balarāma, and then after that all Vishnu avataras or all Purusha avataras, they are like expansions of Balarāma, or maybe like incarnations of Balarāma. Is it right?
Yeah. So from Krishna Balarāma come, from Balarāma, Narayan saṅkarṣaṇam Puti, then second one, then Purusha Avatara, Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakṣaya Vishnu, śrī-garga Vishnu. So within the universe, all the avatars is coming from śrī-garga Vishnu. So when the Mother Earth was suffering, they went to the miracle ocean, that is the śrī-garga ocean. Then śrī-garga Vishnu said, okay, I will appear. But only once in the day of Lord Brahma, Krishna comes directly from Goloka Vrindavan. So in the Hindu, they said Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu. That is true in one sense. Most of the time, from śrī-garga Vishnu, Krishna comes, most of the time. So what Hindu said is not wrong. But this time, when Krishna came 5,000 years ago, that was a special case. Krishna came directly from Krishna. And Etechan saṅkarṣaṇam punsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayan Indriyani Bakuran Loke Mridayante Yuge Yuge. There's many incarnation and avatars, but Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead originally. So originally Krishna is origin of Balarama himself, who is the source of all incarnation.
So like even Anant Shesh is also like Balaram, expansion of Balaram. The Shesh Nag, like, or Anant Shesh is also expansion of Balaram.
Yes.
So like we see when Vishnu is always lying on the bed of Anant Shesh. So he is himself Balaram and is lying on the Balaram. Like, you know, yeah, so this mother likes mother, like, I very look very like, okay, Krishna is lying on the Balaram is as a bed, and but both are Balaram, like, you know, like even he is Vishnu himself Balaram, and lying on the Shesha he is also Balaram.
Yes.
So is it?
Yes,
yeah.
the same person, but they have different role. So just yesterday I was reading exactly what you said. Krishna is telling to Balaram, it's a Harivansa. When Balarama said, "What to do, Palambasura? He's a demon. What am I going to do?" He looked at the Krishna, and Krishna started saying, "This demon is there, Palambasura is there, and then Balarama is on the shoulder." And then he said, "What shall I do?" And Krishna started telling, "Oh Balaram, try to remember you the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You lie down on the bed of the Seshanaga." And he is Seshanaga, but Krishna is telling you lie down on the bed of Seshanaga, exactly what you said. So then Krishna is telling big lectures how Balarama is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Vishnu, and you have unlimited power. You just got to kill this guy, but then he is telling big lecture. So it's there. So Krishna is there, Balarama is there, both are there. Then Krishna is a Vishnu, Balarama is a Shesha, but Balarama is also same time the source of Vishnu, so he was Vishnu also. Also, I'm adding question to your question. In fifth canto, there is a part of Glory of Ananta, the chapter Glory of Ananta. In that description, in the beginning, Balaram is described as like a white skin with blue dhoti, so beautiful, and he has attractive arm, and then everyone was worshipping and put the chandan on his arm. And later the description changed to the snake form. He's talking about the Balaram, and suddenly it became a description became a snake. So Glory of Ananta, of course, Ananta is Balarama as well as snake. So we are discussing about original form of Balaram, or we are talking about snake form. So the girl who is worshipping the Balaram putting a chandan on the arm, but the snake has no arm. What is going on? I was wondering. That I think it's beyond my thinking. So I'm just adding question to your question.
And what about Lord Ram and Narasimhadev? These both are like coming from Balarama or from Krishna?
I heard Narasimhadev is coming directly from Krishna.
And Lord Ram?
Ramachandra also.
Ramchandra also coming
yeah,
directly from Krishna?
Ramachandra, Narasimhadev, and Krishna is coming straight from
Krishna.
That's what I heard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 3 minutes over, but then I can go 10 more minutes. I mean, 3 more minutes, 7 more minutes. I think downstairs they're still having a class. If you have any question. Otherwise, we can all go downstairs to the Jalan, fight with crowd. Yeah. Balarama Jayanti ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.